I'm Nok. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching my channel, please give a thumb up, comment, like and subscribe. And today I will show you how to make coconut ice cream with very interesting topping. I make with it have a beet with the sago, and I use pea flour to make agar-agar. Let me do together.
To get started making the ice cream, Nok is heating up the canned coconut milk, and she'll add a pinch of salt to this. No need to boil this. If you boil this milk, it will change the texture and the ice cream won't come out so creamy. In Malaysia, there would be fresh coconut milk available daily at the market, and some people in the country would even grate their own coconut and extract the milk. The milk is heated then, turn off the fire, add a little vanilla extract, and we're going to let it cool down. This recipe uses coconut milk. You could also use coconut cream for this recipe. They're slightly different in texture and sweetness. So now she has the coconut milk ready to go. Now the next step, once the milk is cooled down to room temperature, is to put it into the blender. And she's going to be adding a couple of heaping tablespoons of powdered sugar to this. As she blends it, it will improve the texture of the ice cream and make it creamier. So this one has been blended already with the powdered sugar, and it's going into an appropriate bowl ready for freezing. So as you'll notice, making the ice cream is the simple part, but this ice cream is truly delicious, very simple. And the interesting thing comes with the toppings that Nok mentioned. Some very interesting and unique toppings will be made for this one. For today's toppings, Nok has some beetroot, pea flowers, agar-agar, salt and sugar. So she's going to start by soaking the pea flowers in a cup of warm water for 15 to 20 minutes to extract the color. Pea plant flowers have some medicinal uses as well, is what most people believe. But in this case, it's for the coloring in the food, and she's going to then filter out and separate the color. Now she's going to prepare her beet by slicing it into approximately 1 centimeter cubes, a little bit bigger than that maybe. Of course, you need to peel it. And beet is another food ingredient that really enhances the color, of course. If you've ever worked with it, you know that everything becomes stained beet red. It's very common in Asia to use pea flowers for coloring, not so common to use the beetroot. So Nok is creating this one today. Here she has it ready to go. And she's just going to cook it until it's soft in a fair amount of water, because she's interested in getting the juice out of this once the color has been extracted. And she'll use both the juice separately and the beetroot itself. You need to filter this one out, just like with the pea flowers, to get the beet juice. Now Nok has placed some sugar in a frying pan, and she's using just some of the beet juice. Remember, the color from beets is very strong. And she's going to make a kind of a syrup that's also going to be a topping for this ice cream, using sugar, the beet juice, a pinch or two of salt. And she's just going to heat this up until everything dissolves and becomes a little thicker. Nok is going to make some agar-agar today to go with the ice cream. She's got about 4 cups of water and about 20 grams of agar-agar. This makes a cube almost like a gelatin cube or something like that. In some parts of the world, gelatin and ice cream is a good combination. Today, agar-agar together with the ice cream is going to make the combination, one of the toppings. Once the agar-agar is dissolved into the water, then she's adding a part of the beet syrup. Only the beet syrup will be used as a topping in itself, and partly to make agar-agar, and also another topping as well. So once this is dissolved, then she's going to just put it into a pan, a kind of a pie plate, to let it cool down. Next, Nok is going to make another agar-agar using pea flour to give it a blue color this time. She's going to add some sugar into the water with the pea flower juice, pinch or two of salt. Then she's going to heat this up gently, really, until it all dissolves together. In this case, the pea flower doesn't have a very strong color, such as the beet, so she's going to add the agar-agar right into this mixture. No need to do it separately. About 10 grams of agar-agar into this water. And she needs to heat it until all the agar-agar dissolves. So when this agar is just about ready, then the first one from the beetroot juice, colored red, is now fairly solid, just at room temperature. So Nok is going to add the blue one on top of it to get a nice layer effect of the colors after it's done. And this one will need to be refrigerated. And the next topping then is going to be with the beetroot cubes that are already soft and pre-cooked. She's adding sagu, starch, into the water here, and a little bit of sugar as well, dissolving the sugar in the water with the sagu beads. Sagu is an interesting starch, not too different from cassava starch used for tapioca, but of course they have different properties. And now the beetroot cubes are going to be added into this mixture. This will be sweet. Sometimes in Asia I was surprised by foods that to my mind should be salty, but then in Asia can be used to make desserts. This dish with the beets is actually inspired by a Southeast Asian dessert known as bubur. And so Nok is adding a pinch of salt to this one, and she's going to heat it all together to get the flavors mixed up. She's adding a little bit of the coconut milk, which she reserved from the original cooking of the coconut milk, make it a little creamier. This one is delicious just as it is as a dessert, but in this case today it's going to be used as a topping together with the agar cubes, which are now showing their brilliant color, very red down below and a light blue up above. Nok is going to slice up some of the agar cubes into the bottom of the bowl. As a topping, it's going into the bottom. On top of the agar, which Nok now has in the bowl, is the ice cream, the coconut milk ice cream, which was in the freezer overnight. Put a generous helping on top of the agar cubes. Then next she's going to be adding a little bit of the beet bubur, which is quite interesting texture and sweet. Then she has the syrup from the beet juice also, which she'll add a little bit of that to the mix. She also has some pea flower syrup that she made with pea flower extract. And then she has some sweet corn to put in to the bowl. A little bit of chopped nuts. And finally, some of the coconut milk that she had reserved will go in to make it nice and creamy. Great flavors, a great mix of colors. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, and above all, subscribe. Thank you.